Summer is over, and it's the first day of school. In a few hours, classrooms across the country, just like this one, will be filled with students of all ages, with impressionable minds that are open and ready to learn. You and your colleagues have been working over the summer to develop new lesson plans to teach math, science, social studies, and a variety of other subjects. But did you know that there is an underground network of advisors in your school who are instituting an alternative curriculum? They are there to totally transform the learning environment of primary, middle, and high schools everywhere. These unlicensed, uncertified advisors will introduce your students to an underground school of tough gang life. Some of you may teach your government or history students about the economic theory of elasticity. This theory aids the nation's financial analysts to predict cycles of expansion and contraction in the world's economy. Gang trends follow a similar cycle. Gang activity rises, peaks, and drops drastically over time. However, gangs tend to come back stronger and more violent than before when the cycle repeats itself. What separates gangs from any other peer group? Historically, gangs have been defined as a group of 3 or more individuals bonded by similar ethnic origins, common interests, and urban lower working class values. Unfortunately, this oversimplified definition of gangs is where many people are misinformed about gang awareness. According to this definition, any group of 3 or more students who look alike, participate in the same activities, and who live in the same neighborhood can be labeled as a gang. However, regardless of their ethnicity or socioeconomic status, gangs set themselves apart from ordinary cliques by engaging in violence and crime. Why do gangs exist? Some students are carrying problems with them to school that are heavier than their textbooks. Some students may come from homes of abuse, alcohol and drug addiction, divorce, low income and limited resources, or other turbulent family dynamics. These situations impact their ability to learn and often your ability to teach. These students are often loners and may exhibit antisocial behaviors on the school bus or during class. For some of these at-risk students, joining a gang fills the recreational, family, and financial voids that cause them to lack a sense of belonging or acceptance by their peers. School staff and faculty can assist in running interference against potential influences of gangs by building a positive rapport with their students that fosters safe, open communication. Schools can also offset antisocial behaviors with effective intervention strategies, such as school recreational programs that keep at-risk students engaged in constructive activities with positive adult role models. Schools can also develop enrichment programs that teach students who display consistent aggressive, antisocial behaviors positive alternative means for expressing their emotions. Gangs can be categorized as either traditional or non-traditional. The traditional gangs, like the Crips and Bloods, have long established histories and have different cells called sets all over the country. They have nationally recognized gang identifiers, like hand signs and colors. Non-traditional gangs are specific to a city or town. They have relatively short gang legacies, and they are less structured than their traditional counterparts. Non-traditional gangs often borrow identifying symbols and colors that make them look like traditional gangs, and they tend to be short-lived. However, they can evolve into traditional gangs if they are not addressed. Schools should incorporate strict, clearly communicated guidelines against gang paraphernalia in their school dress code policy. Any incidents of students wearing gang paraphernalia or making gang-related hand signs should be reported immediately to the school administrator, local police, or the school's resource officer.